work hard my whole life and then this happens?
Grumpy old man cliche.
What's bugging your grandfather? I've never seen him like this before.
He's been acting really weird all morning.
But why?
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Solomon, it's been 30 seconds into this episode and already you're teleporting. Because you were sadly sweeping in this direction only to then Goku your way in between them. Also sadly sweeping.
I've been trapped in an ancient pyramid, stung by scorpions, attacked by Tibetan wolves, but nothing compares to this. A new game shop.
Gotta love how, according to Solomon, new competition is worse than 3 near-death experiences. Also, it makes sense that Solomon is frustrated that he's got new competition, but the dub frames him as more jealous when in the manga he's just more worried about going out of business. And he even takes his competition's new success gracefully and is even excited about DDM himself.
I better go check out the competition and see what we're up against.
Don't even think about it.
Hilarious, but Yugi immediately goes to the shop in the very next scene. So, it looks to me like you've been betrayed, Gramps. Also, if it really means that much to you that he doesn't go to this store, how come you couldn't just keep an eye on him? It's right there, literally across the street. And it's not like Yugi's that hard to spot in a crowd. He's the only one here that looks like an anime protagonist. You know, since Duke's dad has been revoked from the anime, it kind of makes you wonder why they opted to leave in this creepy as sin clown sign for Duke's shop. And even from a design standpoint, there's really nothing about Duke's design that screams, I like clowns. It screams more, I like dice and I'm an edgy pretty boy. Also, they made it so that Duke's game shop has no freaking name. Because his game shop is called the Black Crown, but then they decided to weirdly replace it with an actual image of a crown instead. And why would they even do this? Is it because the word black to them is just so wrong? It just ultimately makes Duke look like a moron who forgot to give his own shop a name. Also, there was an update for the Duel Monster World and Duel Links, and they didn't even censor the Black Crown store name. 4Kids has a serious major malfunction.
What is it?
Come on, Yugi. Taya sees right through you. Just look at her face. All this woman did was hand you a flyer she's already handing out to everyone. There's no need to blush about it, my boy.
Dungeon dice monsters.
Oh god. They also altered this flyer in perhaps the dumbest way possible. Because if a student presented this to me for me to grade, I'd send it back saying, where's the information, where's the call to action, and where's the title even? This is just a dragon creature with some crappy dice pasted on it. I understand that the original words were in Japanese, but just change the words!
Yugi, come on, let's go!
Jeez, how strong is Taya to lift Yugi up off the ground to comedically drag him away like this? Oh, well, that's because I'm 90% helium. Huh, Taya likes to call me her little Yugi balloon.
Hard to believe a pipsqueak like that could defeat the great Pegasus, huh?
A cheater can win any game.
Get ready, folks.
That spiky-haired runt is the Duel Monsters champion.
Spiky-haired runt? Well, look who's talking, you scarf-wearing dipshit.
And soon I will duel Yugi on my battlefield.
What is wrong with Duke's voice? It's so awkwardly deep. Also, if you're gonna prove that Yugi's a fraud by dueling him on your battlefield, then what does that really prove? Because here's how it works. It'll be like if I thought you cheated at poker, and so I then decided to stick it to your cheating arse by beating you at Go Fish. It just doesn't work that way, Mr. Dice.
I really hope you know what you're getting into this time, Dookie boy.
Dookie boy? Is this guy Pegasus's reincarnation after Bakura killed him? Oh, sorry, I mean absolutely did not kill Pegasus, and probably just pointed his finger at him, and then Chemo gave him a piggyback right after.
Money's for greedy fools like you. I'm after a much greater prize, the total destruction of Yugi Moto.
Oh, really, Duke? Well, if that's really all you're after, then why do you immediately play Mr. Pretty Boy who gets all the girls and just cares about his looks after this?
They were really trying to hype this new one, something about dice or dungeons.
Girl doesn't pay attention to all those dumb boys, games cliche.
A little thing called the newspaper. Ever heard of it, genius?
You never read the newspaper.
I read them when I'm out delivering them.
Why are you delivering newspapers?
Listen, Taya, I don't get one of them big fat allowances. I just need a little extra spending money, that's all.
Joey has a paper route apparently after spending all the money for Serenity's operation. But I have just one question. How expensive was it? I know totals differ between the manga and the anime, but Joey got $3 million and spent it all on an eye procedure. That doctor should be fired for pulling the wool over a Brooklyn boy's eyes, because not even brain surgeries at the time cracked $1 million. Is there like a $2 million expense that Joey had to pay for the fact that Serenity has anime girl eyes or something?
Hey, how is your sister Serenity doing?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know, Tristan? Get a rope. Oh dear, it's Duke's cheer squad again. How you been, two generic anime girls and Mr. Popo, or Jinx, depending on preference? What? This guy just does a dice stacking trick, which really just looks like he's playing Yahtzee in the most flamboyant way, and these girls go crazy as if they're at a boy band concert. They must just really like magic, because Duke himself is just being that one kid at school that does a little bit of magic after watching a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah, that's Duke Devlin. He owns that new game shop that just opened up.
And yes, that was literally just the voice actress of Taya trying her best to sound like a boy.
Listen, Taya, if I wanted, I could be just as popular, but I don't want to stoop to the level of that two-bit Houdini, and I got more talent in my little pinky than he'll ever have.
If you count talking with food in your mouth and talent.
Hilarious, but this episode is seriously turning into Let's Bully Joey the episode. Not gonna lie, I actually really like this necklace that Duke Devlin has, and I think I might want one myself.
If you knew the first thing about Duel Monsters, Bandit Keith, the Intercontinental Champion, the guy was unbeatable, and you should have seen me wipe the floor with him.
The anime turns Joey into an uncharacteristically prideful character, just so his loss to Duke will be that much more humiliating.
I've heard a great deal about the way you play the game.
Hey, Dicey, what have you heard about me, Joey Wheeler?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all? Edgy left eye makeup wearing prick. Joey defeated Bandit Keith, the American prize-fighting duel. Have you not heard of him? Duke is being a mega d to Joey right now, and I don't like it. If we add some sprinkles to this girl's mouth, we literally get the donuts that Homer eats.
I bet I can move the dice into my right hand without touching the cup.
Next, you'll be telling me you can fly around the room.
You shouldn't underestimate me. Perhaps the dice are already gone.
What?
Why don't you just look under it for yourself?
It's still there.
I'll take that.
Joey hilariously loses this game of wits, but they cut out his salty runback that he wanted in the manga, where Duke then played another game with Joey with just normal playing cards. And this card game was rigged too, of course, so Joey still ended up losing, but I guess they just strictly wanted dice for the anime adaptation, and you better believe that if they're gonna play any card, it's definitely gonna be a Duel Monster card.
We open up new packs and create our own new Duel Monster decks. That's fair, even by your high standards.
What's fair about that?
It's fair because both of them are at the same disadvantage with these rules, and again, I wonder why they did this duel instead of the little rigged card game challenge from the manga. Because Joey is gonna lose to Duke, it's just gotta happen, and then Atem comes out to teach this evil douchebag a lesson. But what lesson? This will teach you for beating my friend in a rather fair competition? And sure, the dog suit is a move that was not in the manga, but these challenges make Duke less of a sinister yet willing to be nice force that he's supposed to be, and more of just a solid duelist who beats Joey, the runner-up at Duelist Kingdom, clean, and is just an insufferable pretty boy at worst. All these changes warrant 100 cents. Any objections?
Objection!
Overruled! Shut up, Johnson.
Yes, sir.
If I win, you'll do whatever I ask for an entire week.
You got it, Dicey boy. Because when I win, you're gonna have to do whatever I want you to. And I want you to close down your stinking shop.
As if Duke will close down his entire shop, a source of income, over a game. And they changed Joey's original line here.
Joey's getting in over his head again.
Whoa, did you just see that? The Brooklyn legend turned to the left so hard that a couple parts of his body just ceased to exist for a fraction of a second.
You can't seriously think I'm gonna lose to a guy with a die stuck in his ear.
Joey throwing shade at Duke's earring that he himself probably thinks is 100% sexy was hilarious.
We'll hold the match today after school.
After school? It already seems like it's after school since there's no teacher anywhere in sight. It's just a bunch of students d***ing around.
Why do I think this isn't gonna end well?
Because plot must happen, Yugi. Because plot must happen.
Yeah, if his head gets any bigger, he's gonna get it stuck in the front door.
I'm bad. You know it. I'm bad. I'll show it.
Well, if this whole dueling thing doesn't work out, Joey can at least do somewhat of a good Michael Jackson's Bad cover. And the whole world has to answer right now that the Red Eyes is the best. Who's bad?
Welcome to Duke Devlin's Game World.
And apparently Duke's shop is called Duke Devlin's Game World, which is a pretty terrible name. But at least now it makes sense why the name's not on the front sign outside. It's because the scarf-wearing dipshit is apparently at the front door, ready to greet everybody who just walked in with the name of the shop they just walked into.
The dueling ring is on sub-level 6.
And since I guess Duke's dad was way too scary or tragic or whatever that got him cut from the anime, I suppose they replaced him with this scarf-wearing dipshit here, because 2 scenes of him is way too much. Okay, is Duke secretly Kaiba tall, or is Yugi just that short? Because he is eye level with Duke's crotch.
Which pack is the best? Gotta feel the energy.
Joey says what we all say before we pull absolute garbage instead of the awesome chase card we need, or that last piece of support I need.
This place is huge.
Actually, this is the smallest ring in the place.
Pretentious rich douchebag cliche, and I highly doubt even Kaiba could have done it better here.
The bigger the audience, the better the performance. That's why
Yeah, I share their facial expressions because what? You originally wanted this to be extremely private because you want to destroy Yugi, which is your whole goal you told us about, 10 10 minutes ago?
I just hope you really are second best, not second rate.
Second rate. Second rate? You're gonna need a second life.
Joey, I like you. You're my favorite character behind badass manga Kaiba, but never show me your eye and mouth this close up ever again.
When I'm through with you, Dookie, there won't be anything left.
Duke has a very unfortunate name for name calling, because it's so easy to add a Y and call him Dookie, aka
I've never disappointed my loyal fans.
Duke using Quattro's catchphrase.
Ta-da!
Wait, what? Ref? Ref, he's cheating! He's bringing out a high-level monster without tributing first! Oh, Prodigy, it's been way too long, hasn't it? Duelist Kingdom rules, you moron! I wonder if they'll notice if I sneak in a sin anyway without the sound effect.
Let's slice and dice the Dice Man!
Joey referring to Duke as the Dice Man is funnier than it should be. Also, Sword Hunter, geez, you're as bad as the Total Defense Shogun. Are you sure that this many swords is really necessary? You already have the one big sword on your back you wouldn't be able to pull out of its sheath anyway for obvious reasons. You're holding 2 swords already drawn. You have one in your right scabbard and also one on your shoulder, and I'm counting this one on your face too.
Slam in! Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh yeah, bada bing, bada boom, paisan. Forget about it.
Hey, Puke Devlin?
Puke Devlin is the perfect insult name.
Even though I'm losing, I'm still gonna keep my cool and brush this little bang out of my face because I'm hot and will win anyway, right girls?
Duke! He's our man! If he can't do it, nobody can!
Michizuri.
Michi, what?
Michizure is 2 freakishly long nightmarish arms. Seriously, this was either concocted by a fever dream or a Picasso painting.
Duke Devlin's just trying to psych you out! Don't let that joker get to you!
Taya calls Duke a joker, and it's almost as if she knows that Duke is a son of a weird clown guy.
Goblin! Attack force! Bash him!
Even though I may be down to 50 life points, I'm gonna continue twirling my hair nonchalantly because I'm a pretty boy, sexy boy, right girls?
Duke's so cool! Devlin rules!
Time to summon one of the most powerful cards in my deck, the Mighty Gradius!
I know this card is gonna win him the duel in a sec, but this supposed best card in his deck is 1,200 attack points. Even the Spike bot he played 1 minute ago was 600 attack points stronger. Or, Duke has an uncle that works at Konami, or he himself just predicted the Gradius support that was coming 20 years in the future.
Holy cannoli, that's a lot of points. Good thing I got all my goblins.
Fairy Meteor Crush! Gradius Annihilate!
Put it on.
Oh god, the dog suit. The dreaded dog suit. This was nowhere in the original source material. Why must they do this to our Brooklyn boy?
Shut your yap, you mongrel! You will not speak until your master commands you to!
Now, this dog line was also a thing in the manga, but I will always find Duke and Kaiba's obsession with making Joey a dog to be very weird.
Okay, now put it on and bark for me.
Oh my god! Again, very weird. Why doesn't he just, like, I don't know, force him to do his laundry or something? But no, put on a dog suit and bark for me. Like, what? This is not right. Although this is absolutely demeaning to the Brooklyn legend, I will say that this dog suit is having the same effect that the Jolene rat suit had on me, and I am weirdly finding it cute and snuggly.
Woof, woof.
Good boy, Joey.
Because I don't want this video to be extended by an hour just for me pointing out like this, I will tack on 100 sins and move on. Screw you, Duke.
I have to put a stop to this! Yugioh!
Duke
Yo, I will say it's been a while since we've had this hype Yu-Gi-Oh transition on the channel, and with this re-sin, I'm going to be taking 5 sins off of the epicness.
We will play a game of my own choosing. We will battle to the finish in a game called Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Finally, it's been almost 20 minutes and we're finally gonna get some Go Dice Roll!
You will swear on your grandfather's life never to play Duel Monsters again.
That is going too far!
And Joey forcing Duke to shut down his game shop isn't? Jeez, how strong is Yugi's foot to smash this dice like this? I'm actually surprised there wasn't a penalty game where it was just Yugi smashing someone's head in with a curb stomp.
The duel's about to start! It's being broadcast live all around the world!
All around the world? Jeez, imagine if Duke did this in the original manga. He'd be filming a would-be homicide for the entire world to see.
Remember our deal, Devlin. I win this and you let Joey go.
Oh yeah, but since I'm a pretty boy, I'm just gonna continue to flick my hair because I'm pretty. Right, girls?
Hooray! Hooray!
Random bullshit mechanisms to swap out the Duel Monsters interface for the Dungeon Dice Monsters one.
Looks pretty straightforward.
Whoop! Spoke too soon, Yugi. Now there's a bunch of complex game mechanics right in front of you.
Select 15 dice from it to use for the game. I'd give you some tips on which to pick, Yugi, But being the master gamer that you are, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
If you do this in something like chess, you're just asking to be annoyed the entire time because you have to at least explain something, unless you want your opponent to be moving a pawn like this, a knight like this, and a bishop like this. Duke puts his dice in the shuffler, and they're only red, green, and blue ones when he clearly has a yellow one in his hand and even uses the black ones later. Oh, sorry, I can't say the word black. The dark ones. He uses the dark ones. These girls spell out Duke's Japanese name Otogi using their bodies, and the sin here is that the last girl used Joey to create the Gi character with Joey using pom-poms for the Duckten. Hello everyone! If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Joey Gets Bullied Hour. Grab your popcorn! Also, apparently Joey's head is stretchable like Mario's on the N64. I have a perfect explanation for why Yugi is making this face. It's because the back of Duke's head apparently goes on for infinity. Look at it!
Now, the dimensionalizing part of the process.
While the dimension the dice is hype, I wonder how it even works. Like, does it unfold itself randomly? I'm asking because they were able to control it themselves in the manga, and that makes much more sense to me, and even adds layers of strategy to the game, because they get to pick themselves how their dungeon path gets built. Go! Dice roll! One sin-off for the Go! Dice roll! Man, that's fun to say.
The three crests, none of them match.
Yeah, because the level of dice you threw were way too high.
Unless Duke is literally looking through the same cameras we're looking at to see Yugi's dice rolls, how could Duke possibly know this?
Summon, movement, magic, attack, defense, trap crest.
Okay, cool visual. The audience now knows what crest is related to which symbol, but Yugi can't see this graphic we're seeing, so he's still technically clueless.
My turn now. Go! Dice roll!
Did he step back a few feet for this throw or something? Because Duke was able to go dice roll with a spin and threw them for what seemed to be a great distance when he's supposed to be just a few inches from the table.
You've rolled 2 summoning crests, but their levels aren't the same. It doesn't count.
As this episode carries on, I am just hearing Alito now, which makes sense, it is Mark Thompson, but what happened to his weird deep voice from earlier on in the episode? Did they just tell him to just do something and then find the Duke voice as they recorded? Because just listen to the difference.
Their levels aren't the same. It doesn't count.
I hired you to manage my new game shop.
I guess Lady Luck has got the hots for old Duke Devlin, like everyone else.
Just in case you didn't already know that Duke is the pretty boy. Now, I don't know about you, but the Mighty Mage always just looked to me like it's Silent Magician Level 4's long-lost brother. This kid up front has the Dick Gumshoe haircut. Also, this person over here is skin and bones. Just look at their face, it's practically just their skull.
He busted out that Level 4 monster like he's played Dungeon Dice Monsters for years!
Yeah, it was so hard. He just had to roll the dice and push the dice into the board once he matched 2 crests and let the machine handle everything else.
Yugi has a long way to go to win this game.
Taya looked at the time remaining in this video and saw it's still halfway till the end. Yeah, you looked too, didn't you?
Nothing you roll is going to help you get out of this mess.
Famous last words, Duke. Famous last words.
I should be known as the second greatest game creator in all of the world by now, Yugi. But I'm not, and it's all because of your cheating ways.
Duke's main motivation here is that he is mad that Pegasus died or just got knocked out or whatever for a bit, and therefore his game can't be published, which is complete horseshit because his game is released and everyone's buying it, but he blames Yugi for cheating to defeat Pegasus when this has nothing to do with his original story, which is much more captivating. If you don't know, Duke's dad, the weird clown guy I showed you a little bit ago, knew Solomon back when he was apparently an extremely buff guy, and they played a game where you had to bet years of your life on, and after losing to Solomon, Duke's dad is now aged up by many years and wants his son to exact revenge by making Solomon's grandson lose everything. He's being used as a weapon, and Duke doesn't like it, yet he's still doing it out of the love for his dad. And the anime changing this to this, now I'm mad at you because I have to wait to release DDM, just turns this what is a tragic story about a character who lost everything, now using his son as a pawn for such a fool's game as revenge, despite his wishes, into a random douchebag with a pretty boy complex with a non-issue being his motivation. Even more on these alterations later, but for now, here's some sins for this.
The defeat that you handed Pegasus changed everything for me.
But how?
Flashback. Also, sure, I can dice roll with Duke wearing this outfit when he's out and about, but he also wears this outfit with the headband, armbands, and wristbands when he's just in his room.
I didn't hear anything from that great game master.
You know, Duke really shouldn't be calling Pegasus that because it is so easy to mishear those words and think he's just calling Pegasus a gay master.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
Email for Devlin boy, email. email for Devlin, boy.
Okay, apparently there's a personalized funny bunny that Pegasus has to just jump out at the recipients of his emails.
I expected him to be good, but he was phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll say, and he apparently also clowned you so hard at your own game that he made his dungeon path perfectly symmetrical just to flex.
It was his first time playing the game, and he completely overpowered me.
Apparently every single monster that Pegasus summoned in his game against Duke are the exact same ones that he runs in his deck. Now normally that wouldn't be an issue, but the problem here is that he's using the secret ones that he was meant to use only for his final boss fight against Yugi like Relinquished. And that in itself raises another very important question, because Duke is basing his dungeon dice monsters off of duel monsters. So how can Duke know to include Relinquished in his game when he really shouldn't know about its existence? Also, on the subject of him using duel monsters for his dungeon dice monsters game, shouldn't Duke be in some serious hot water for copyright or something right now? Because we don't know if he got permission, and the creator of the game whose monsters he's using is sitting 2 feet in front of him. My point being that Duke probably should have made his own monsters for this game. Either that or this man is just not afraid of copyright whatsoever. Just when you thought that the ending of episode 3 was just a normal ending, Duke was apparently flying by the protagonist, because of course he was.
A good-for-nothing cheater!
I've never cheated at anything in my entire life!
Oh, I hope this funny man is here all week.
You could defeat a great game master like...
Again, it just sounds way too close to the other thing.
And now I'll get my revenge by breaking you!
Also, Duke, did you seriously forget that you're broadcasting this game live for the entire world to see? I thought the point of this exercise was so that you can expose Yugi as the filthy cheat that he is, but this extremely long monologue has most likely made a lot of your audience tune out waiting for you to let Yugi just go dice roll already. Oh wait, I can't do the gold dice roll like that, I gotta say it full gusto. Go dice roll!
Just listen to me, Devlin.
Never!
That little interaction was a perfect representation of how the majority of antagonists even exist.
I'm afraid he's not going to be a lot of help to you. Unless, that is, Yugi uses Thunderball's special attack. Too bad he doesn't know how.
Yeah, that total fraud over there will never figure out how to use his monster's special ability. This magic screen within arm's reach. Perhaps it has answers.
Oh no, why did I put that there? Gator Dragon is poised to take your heart!
Apparently Duke is a Persona 5 fan.
We love Duke! He's so cute! When he smiles, he...
Joey, my Brooklyn boy! Thank you so much.
Pegasus will be avenged!
Evil laugh cliche.
The dumbest dog you've ever met!
And now!
Uh-oh, it's a rabid dog! Guess we'll have to get him a muzzle!
No, that won't be necessary, girls. Why don't y'all just go back to cheering for your little Dookie over there? Here, I'll even start you off. Duke, he's so great. Make no mistake. Better than...
Joey is just the best character, isn't he?
I'm not a dog! I wish I could just play dead.
Man, those cheerleaders sure know how to yank Joey's chain.
Yeah, well, at least they haven't reduced him to howling yet.
Again, Joey is just getting humiliated over and over, so how does he still manage to make me chuckle?
Go! Dice roll!
But Yugi, why roll your dice by tossing them directly up in the air? Oh. It's so that you can have this extremely dramatic shot of them falling in front of your face, gotcha. Also, Yugi's hair must seriously be infringing on his brain power, because in what world would this dice toss be considered a dice roll?
I wonder just what my competition is up to. Excuse me, age before beauty.
Okay, why crawl here? Because couldn't you just say, "Excuse me, old man coming through," and just walk through the crowd like a normal person? And this is extremely risky considering there are girls with skirts in the audience, so this man is just asking to get arrested.
Marvelous, splendid, beautiful even. I'm in love. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a TV of this size.
I thought he was talking about the freaking cheerleaders, but the way how they just played that off as him talking about the TV was brilliant.
Yugi? It's not enough they take my business, but my grandson too?
Oh, don't you worry, Solomon. I am also pissed that a certain someone was taken from this scene, and that certain someone is none other than Bakura. Yeah, bet some of you didn't see that coming, but indeed, Bakura was actually here with Yugi and his friends when they came here to check out DDM together. And we even got this part where Yami Bakura came out because Duke's dad broke the puzzle, and then he went in there to go find Yugi. And we even got this part here where Yugi was actually being encouraged by Yami Bakura. Yeah, well, he was encouraging him in his own Yami Bakura way, but he was actually being very uplifting to little Yugi, who was in complete shambles because the puzzle broke containing his other half that he had grown so fond of at this point. But yeah, Bakura was an absolute badass in this scene, and he even told off Duke, saying that he's not worthy of the puzzle, and even telling his clown dad to rot and die for stealing and breaking the puzzle, which was awesome. So this would absolutely be sins off for the manga, but since this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sins for the anime...
After all, I'm the guy who invented the game.
Inventing a game doesn't mean that you can't be beaten at it, Devlin. But perhaps my beating Pegasus was the exception to the rule. Perhaps you are better.
Why, thank you. Huh? Hey, wait, you only beat Pegasus by cheating!
That little exchange where Duke got suckered in by a little bit of flattery was funny.
I'll store my other die in my crest pool for now.
Yeah, and I'm still a pretty boy, so suck it, Yugi. Air flip.
Duke's pupils are so constricted, I'm actually in fear that he may be on some f***ed up drugs. I mean, just look at it, it's like 2 pinholes. Go, evil laugh cliche roll!
You're stuck, Yugi! You can't build your dungeon path forward anymore!
You know, that is kind of cool that you can cut off your enemy like that, but it's kind of if you don't dice roll good enough. Because think of a die. It's literally 1 in 6 chance you roll what you need. And yeah, the little dice have more summon crests, but still, the dice randomizer can screw you and just outright give you dice that don't even match levels. So in the end, it just makes this game way too luck-based. And sure, yelling, "Go, dice roll!" is fun, but after a while of rolling only magic and trap crests that you can't use without summoning a monster first, I might add, you will kind of start to hate that your opponent got very lucky and now their path has made it to your spawn and now you just can't play anything now.
There's gotta be some way Yugi can still win.
Sorry, but there's actually no way Yugi can win right now because I'm so pretty and I will never stop twirling this one little bang I have in front of my right eye. I mean, after all, girls like pretty moody boys like me, isn't that right, girls?
Yay! We love you, Dookie Poo!
Oh, perfect.
What was that weird tone shift? It sounded so weird with how he just said perfect there.
Perfect.
The Strike Ninja runs with the pitter-patter sound effect you get with old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Look at him go! That strike me!
No! He's gone into the warp hole! Now he's using the warp vortex I summon against me!
I can't believe Duke didn't see this coming, and even if he did manage to make the other end of the vortex himself, it's not like Yugi couldn't use it against him in this exact fashion. Your hubris is gonna be your downfall, Duke.
All Yugi has to do is roll 1 movement crest, and he'll be able to move him within striking range of my hard points.
Well, it sounds to me like you're half-past screwed there, pretty boy Duke boy. It's just a shame you're not in the manga, because there you can actually just move your hard points out of the way since hard points were tied to an actual game piece in the original.
Lunging claw thrust!
Yugi says lunging claw thrust, and the Strike Ninja just throws some kunai knives. Literally nothing to do with lunging, clawing, or thrusting.
No! My hard point!
After Yugi finally scores a hit, we have Joey celebrating like a dog, Tristan and Taya doing mitt punching like they're in Hajime no Ippo, and Solomon does this.
Orgoth, the Relentless!
Orgoth sounds like a weird cow. And this is apparently DDM's strongest monster, and it's only a level 3, which is very weird because Yugi played the level 4 Mighty Mage who sucks in comparison to this level 3 Orgoth. And also, Orgoth is actually supposed to be a level 4. And also, how did Duke even know that Orgoth was gonna be in this specific die?
I'll use 2 magic crests to raise his power from 20 to 30!
Okay, that's cool, but if he's only getting 10 points, why make the numbers go crazy as if he's getting 1,000,000? Also, Orgoth is a little puny wussy in the anime because his original effect makes him a whopping 2,000 attack points. Now that's relentless.
I activated my ninja's special ability with a stored trap crest.
I can't believe Yugi has taught himself such an advanced defense maneuver. Have to remember that this kid is just a lousy cheat.
Duke still insists on calling Yugi a cheater despite his last move being anything but a cheat. Because he used the freaking computer right next to him to search up the ninja's ability at warp speed. Now that's the opposite of cheating, that's freaking skill. Oh my god, looking at the field we can see that it's actually Duke who's the filthy cheat because he has a single unconnected path here. Go, dice roll! The die says evil laugh cliche. The way how Joey is looking at Orgoth just walking.
The so-called king of games is in a desperate retreat.
Okay, Duke, if you're gonna insult Yugi's defensive maneuvers, at least have it make sense, because how is this considered retreating when he's moving towards you? Duke's weird fat fingers.
Yugi's been in tough spots before, and he's always come through.
Taya acknowledges Yugi's plot armor. Behold, Duke, the Yugi fist!
Poor Joey. I promised to get him out of that suit.
You know, it is a little ridiculous that Yugi is just dueling to save Joey from this dog suit. And it's even made extremely trivial when you realize that it was actually meant to be little Yugi dueling for his other self. And I'm a firm believer that we need more little Yugi spotlight. I mean, hell, the last time little Yugi played someone, it was against a little girl who posed no threat to him, who was a complete douchebag, and he even surrendered the game when he was gonna win to teach her, I don't know, I guess, the power of friendship conquers all cliche? And this duel is much more substantial, and he really should have been the main character here against Duke again. Cause you and I both know that Yugi has to beat Atem at the end to set him free, and letting little Yugi prove himself here by beating Duke, who is a very tough opponent without Atem, would make that just be so much better. And furthermore, these alterations also take away Joey's badassery he had in the manga, like breaking into the room that they were locked in and then rescuing Yugi from the fire. But no, it was not meant to be. Freaking dog suit was meant to be. Oh, but why stop there? Why freaking stop there? Because let's have the person who starts the fire and break the puzzle be Bandit Keith, who's supposed to be dead! And pick what you want, him shooting himself in the head or him getting Batman trapdoored and then falling a height this great. He would not survive either of these. Ooh, I'm pissed.
That's it, get the muzzle!
Muzzle yourselves, I got something to say here!
Okay, let me get this straight. You using your Brooklyn rage to shove all them off you at once gets you strangled, but apparently saying muzzle yourself puts them in their place? Also, damn, Joey is so mad at these cheerleaders his head vein is popping out through his dog suit. Yugi's face.
You won the entire tournament at Duelist Kingdom, Yugi!
Even so, this is different.
Again, this would be much more substantial if it was little Yugi here doubting himself if he was the best or not. Because my boy here already has concerns that he's only this good and even loved by Taya because of Atem. My point is that the f***ing Pharaoh, the king of games, shouldn't be doubting himself like this.
Duke a dork.
Duke or dork?
Inspiring speech, Joey. No one can accuse you of rolling over and playing dead.
Hilarious, but I will be taking off sins for that Joey speech. You the man, Joey!
I can never forget what made me Duel Monsters champion in the first place.
Again, this is all being televised, and I can practically hear the people tuning out at this point because there is way too much exposition getting in their DEM match.
So long as I have the same faith in my dice that I had in my dueling deck, I can still win this. So I'd advise you to keep an eye on your last heart point, Duke, because I'm coming after it!
That's right, Yugi. Trust in your heart and the dice and you'll never lose. Trust in your heart.
Let's do it, partner!
Damn, I gotta say, even though this scene has the power of friendship conquers all cliche written all over it, Yugi gearing up for the end of this match with the theme playing in the back is just way too damn hype.
I call on the Knight of Twin Swords!
Okay, is he trying to aura farm or something? Because he's failing, since the slow rising thing is too long and awkward for it to be epic. And I should know, because I'm the epic prodigy.
Just watch the master roll his dice.
No go dice roll? That's 10 sins right there. Go, sin roll! Huh. Oh, well, you look at that. My roll multiplied that by 6.
I can turn this match around!
Dream on!
Aerosmith. No, not that type of Aerosmith.
But I control the field, Yugi! You don't have any room left to dimension the dice!
Duke says this despite Yugi having 2 spots to dimension the dice! Because he can go here, which is where he ends up going later, and he can even go here in this corner. And I know it might not seem possible initially because it's like an elbow, but Duke has elbow-looking paths all over the place. And even Pegasus had straight elbow-looking paths like this. Also, for some reason, the warp vortexes are gone.
Go, dice roll!
Yugi go dice rolls for a monster.
Go dice roll! God, that's fun. Sorry, I just wanted to do it at least once.
Okay, and he gets a level 4, which was the Dark Magician, because of course it was.
Remember when I told you about item summoning Yugi?
Flashback.
It can't be! He survived?
I should thank you, Duke, for making the Dark Magician's special abilities in this game the same as in Duel Monsters.
Oh yeah. Gotta love that Dark Magician, you know, with all his effects and whatnot.
Your warp vortex inspired me to find an alternative path to your side of the field.
How are you gonna do that? By skewering your own monster?
Duke says this even though he's aware of the Dark Magician's other effect and what it does since he made it. Hey, we got the Dark Magician troll finger wag just like back at Duelist Kingdom. Oh, this one's a 5 sins off.
Yugi, I'm sorry I accused you of cheating. Ugh, I was such a creep today.
Now he freaking realizes?
Dice Monsters is great. It's you I don't like.
Never freaking change, Joey.
I can finally get back to playing Duel Monsters.
So that's it? How can you let me off so easy, Yugi?
Duke has apparently watched my shorts on the manga and understands the sheer luck he has that he's not doomed to a horrible illusion, mind crushed, burned alive, or straight up exploded.
You're offering me something better than winning.
Friendship always is.
The power of friendship conquers all cliche.
Hey, Duke. Sounds like you got some new email.
Anything good?
Jeez, that's a lot of typing just to open up an email.
Whoa, Industrial Illusions did send a contract after all, and they want to take Dungeon Dice Monsters global!
Oh, that's perfect! What a riveting conclusion to the storyline where you were just an insufferable pretty boy who just ultimately needed to be patient!
It's not all about rules and how to win. It's about having fun and meeting and making new friends. Because you never know where you're gonna find them, or once you've met them, how close they're going to become.
Wholesome ending is wholesome cliche.
Dungeon Dice Monsters. Dice or dungeons.
Dungeon Dice Monsters?
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
My Dungeon Dice Monsters. 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 Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Dice Monsters.
Dice Monsters.
Dungeon Dice Monsters. Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice. You can't dimension the dice.
Dimension the dice. Dimension the dice.
The die is cast.
That dice man?
Hey, Dicey.
A cup and dice.
When I beat that dice door,
I can move the dice. Perhaps the dice. I move the dice.
Dicey boy. A guy with a die stuck in his ear. That dice guy, Dicey boy. Slice and dice the dice man.
Dice pool. 15 dice. These dice. The dice automator. 15 dice. 3 dice to 3 die. That green die. 3 dice.
Dice?
The dice.
It's a die unfold. The more dice, different dice. These dice. It's on a dice. Depends on that dice. 2 dice. Your dice. High level dice.
All the dice.
High level dice. Dice level dice.
Summoning crest die.
Dice monsters.
Other die. A black die.
Rare black die. Rare black dice. Rare black die. Black die. A black die. Rare black die. Movement crest dice.
My dice. Trust in your heart and the dice dungeon. Dice the dice.
Rolls of the dice. Roll is dice.
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll! Dice roll! Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll! Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll! Go! Dice roll! Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll!
Go! Dice roll! Go! Dice roll!
Friendship conquers all cliche. A couple things here. 1, this kid in the stands has no eyeballs. 2, this girl here is rocking the onion ring style haircut today. And 3, this raw yellow boy has no chance with his obelisk blue girl with that haircut.
Remember, these are test conditions. This is a sudden expulsion match.
Sudden expulsion match? This announcer is making it sound like this is a since Duke Dad is Duke Dad. I stopped saying Duke Dad. Hilarious, but this episode is seriously turning into the let's bully the Joey. Let's bully the Joey. That sounds like you're gonna bully a freaking baby kangaroo. It's messed up. Nothing at all. Edgy left eye makeup prick. Joey throwing shade at Duke's earring that he himself 100% thinks is set. What the? That he I turned into freaking Sylvester from from Looney Tunes. I'm bad. Who's bad? I'm bad. You freaking moron. Pretentious rich. Oh my god, why do I have a stroke when I say that? Wait, what? Ref, he's cheating. He's bringing out a level 6 monster. Wait, what? Ref, he's cheating. He's bringing out a high level monster without tribute summoning first. Random. Whoop, spoke too soon, Yugi. These girls spell out Duke's I have a perfect explanation for why Yugi's face is making this face. Pure poetry, Prodigy, pure poetry. While the dimension the dice is hype, I wonder how it even works. Like, does it unfold itself randomly? I ask because no, I'm not fine. Thank you for asking. I ask this because you can control it yourself in the manga, which makes much more sense and adds more Help me. Send me a speech therapist for my stutter. This kid up front has the dick gumshoe haircut. No, I'm not just laughing at the word dick. It's just, his name is Detective when you break it down. This kid up front is rocking the dick. That was a very unfortunate place to mess up that sentence. Yeah, it was so hard, he just had to roll the dice and push the dice into the board when the things... Duke's main motivation is that he's mad that Pegasus died or just got he got knocked out. Also, sure, I can see Duke wearing this when he's out. And sure, I can dice roll with Duke wearing... This is what happens when I go off the script. I freaking crack myself up. Also, did Duke forget... Also, did Duke go and forget that he forgot... Did he go and forget that he forgot? Like me, I went and forgot my mind. You know what? Screw all of GX and his shenanigans, because Joey is the final boss of this encounter. Sorry for the weird pause, I forgot what I was gonna say. There's a couple girls with skirts here, right? Man, too bad you're not in the manga, because then you can just move your heart pieces. Your heart pieces. Wait, heart piece? That's Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal! Yugi finally, and I combined it to say Yugi. The way how Joey is looking at Orgath, just Orgath. Orgath, the relentless. You know, it is a little ridiculous that Yugi is just dueling to save Yugi from this dog suit. Cause you and I know that Yugi has to beat a Tem at the very end of the series to set him free, and let him... Okay, so apparently you shoving all of them off using your pure man strength gets you strangled, but apparently saying muzzle yourself puts them in their... Speak, Prodigy! Okay, let me get this straight. So you using your Stop it! Again, this is all being televised, and I can practically hear the people tuning out because there's too much exposition getting in their freaking Prodigy error sequence reboot loading. Damn, I gotta say, even though this has power of friendship conquers all cliche ding written all over it, I like how I even added the ding. Also, for some reason, the warp vortexes are gone. I guess they were taken by Crash 3. Crash Bandicoot Warped! Sorry, I had to do that. Oh, that's perfect, so maybe what a driven...